Be live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Randy Byrd, and I'm here with a beast of a friend of mine, but we're here live for Tuesday Titans Live. He's flexing in the background. He just came back from an event that we're going to talk about in a minute. It's just mind-blowing, but if you're coming on the show, let me know you're here. Let me know you can hear me okay. As usual, we want to make sure we're good before we get into the meat and potatoes. But with that, I'd really like, I'm going to get started. And really, it's truly my pleasure as the host of Tuesday Titans to bring on the Titans in the industry, I believe, that really make a difference. And without exception, this guy is one of those guys. Brent Gove. Brent Gove is an incredible human being. I've had the pleasure of knowing him through the Keller Williams days. Brent, the best way to really describe Brent as a family man, in my opinion. He's got a beautiful wife, Kathy, that puts up with him for 27 years. And she is just as equally a beautiful of a soul. But again, if you're coming on, tell me you're here. Tell me you can hear me okay. And we just want to make sure we're good to go before we get into the high-flying wire acts. But, again, in my edification of Brent, it's easy. This guy is just an incredible family man. Again, married 27 years, has 6 children. I'm going to ask him a little bit about that in a minute, but 6 kids. He manages the Brent Gove real estate team in Roseville, California, a massive team, 24 people on his team. They do over 100 million in sales. What's amazing about Brent is it seems like he does this without effort. It's just, he creates this just tornado of activity and momentum around here. And speaking of momentum, he's also a published author. He has a book called Momentum you can find on Amazon. It's a great book. It really, really kind of identifies and personifies, I think, Brent's journey and how he did what he did. And momentum's the key word. So that's a perfect
I should have had my book here, Randy. I could have done a shameless plug right here with my book.
I actually put it on my Facebook page for you already, brother. I thought of everything. But, Brent manages, like I said, a huge real estate team of 24, 17 buyer's agents, I believe, at last count, 7 listing agents, staff, and people that manage and oversee that. An incredible leader, speaker, trainer. He now has an uber successful network marketing company. We're going to talk about eXp Realty, a network marketing platform. He is really just a guy that gets it. He has a team of over 5,000 now. We'll ask him how he's doing in a second. But with that, please help me welcome Tuesday Titans, Brent Gove, to the show. Brent, thank you for being here. And
Thank you, Randy.
Super stoked. And actually, I put a seatbelt on my chair this morning because you just came back from Anthony Robbins. And I know that's just going to be, you got juice in your veins right now from that. So let's start with that. Tell me what happened in that event and what's going on for you.
Oh, man, Anthony Robbins was great. If you've never been, you got to go.
I haven't. It's absolutely on my list, and I'm waiting for him to come in my area. Where'd you go see him?
I didn't wait for him to come into my area, Randy, and everybody else listening. I got my butt on a plane.
That's why you're a beast.
He was in Dallas, and get on a plane, go see him. What's good about him not being in your area is you can be distracted. You can run home. You can go take care of a client. I was in Dallas. I was trapped. I was all in. It was phenomenal. I'd actually been once before, 2 years ago, when it was in my area. And I skipped the 4th day because I had a lot going. Well, stinking. At the end of the 3rd day, I was so motivated. I probably would have skipped the 4th day again, except for I flew to Dallas and my flight wasn't leaving until Monday. So I had to go to the 4th day Sunday, which was phenomenal. I can't believe I missed it last time. I got so much more out of it because I wasn't in my area. So get on a plane, go to Australia, go to Spain, go to Greece, go wherever you got to, Fiji. He's in San Diego. He's in LA, San Jose, Dallas, Florida.
Wow.
Go. It's phenomenal. There's a reason 20,000 people show up to hear this man talk. It was
wow. Good. What's the name of the event? I know he's got a couple different events, right?
I always get it messed up. Unleash the
Is it the power? Unleash the power within, or
UPW? Unleash the power of the UPW.
Okay. All right. Unleash the power within. Is that right?
Yep. It's 4 days, beautiful, and it's going to start early and go late. Just
right on. Well, I see a couple people starting to come on, and we'll get some comments and stuff maybe as we go along. But I see Crandall's here and some other studs. So, I'm really blessed. The idea of the show for me is really not an outline. There's not a specific outline. I might have a couple questions just to keep the flow going and let people get to know Brent Gove. But it's all about you, right? It's just all about the titans in the industry, whether it's real estate, mortgage, something to do with housings. I've had flippers. I've had, women that have written books and stuff. For me, it's really about the titans and what's the traits that we see with these titans. What are the things that we keep seeing over and over and over and over? And so I have some questions for you. I don't mean to keep catch you off guard with them, but really it's just to keep that, that integrity in the interview of what it is that makes you different. What makes a titan different, wired a little differently than most people? You're the most humble guy I know. I know you're not going to admit that. I know you're not going to,
No, I am. I'm the most humble guy you've ever met.
I already know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I don't do anything differently, but here's what's different. Tell me your schedule today, Brent. Today's just an average Tuesday. What's your schedule? Where are you going to be?
This morning I got up at 5:30, went and worked out for about an hour and 20 minutes, came back, spent time by the pool and the waterfall, just praying, relaxing. Like, easy for you to say you have a pool. Whatever, go sit on your apartment porch. But go get some time with do your thing, and then showered, and here I am. And then I'll be in Vacaville today at 10 o'clock, which is a suburb of the San Francisco, San Jose Bay Area. I'm doing a listing mastering class at 10 to 11:30. At 11:30, I leave and I head to St. Helena. So I'll be driving into Napa. Unfortunately, not staying into Yountville and ending up in St. Helena. You're from Santa Rosa. I know you know where that is.
Right.
I'll be there for about an hour in St. Helena at a brand new, gorgeous EXP office that's opening on Main Street in St. Helena.
Awesome.
From there, we go to a listing in Napa for $13 million. EXP listing, and I know this is all companies. It could be Coldwell. I just happen to be with EXP.
Right.
But our new $13 million listing in Napa, which is just your typical 3-bedroom house or whatever.
3-2, 1,100 square foot.
Yeah, 13 mil. Just,
right.
We're gonna have to redo the carpet.
Right. Yeah.
But so I'll be doing that. Then I leave Napa at 2:30, and I go straight to Auburn in the foothills to Sierra Nevada at 4:30. My daughter at 6. I'll be done around 7:30, 8 o'clock tonight, and that's a pretty normal day. Just loving it. Usually, and 6 is dinner with my daughter, so I'm not working all night. So
I gotcha. Very cool.
And my daughter leaves for Haiti on Thursday. She's going to go to the homes for the homeless in Haiti. Proud of her. She turns 20 while she's gone. She'll be 20 in Haiti.
Wow, that's unbelievable. You're definitely leaving a legacy with your children of giving back and servitude. That's something that I really, really admire about you. And, it's no secret. You're one of my 5, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you who you are type thing. You're one of my 5. Absolutely, without question. And, I've been blessed to cross paths both in the Keller Williams team leader days in that capacity. And then now really in just in business. And I've always just admired the way you do business, and your energy is, you're like the Energizer Bunny, and it never stops. It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Brent, I'm going to ask you just, get the thing rolling here. What are 1 or 2 books that have most influenced you professionally or personally?
Oh man, for sure. One of the first books I ever read, The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David Schwartz. Phenomenal. Get the book, The Magic of Thinking Big. Every chapter will just blow your mind.
I haven't read that one. That's a great nugget.
Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's an old book written in the 70s, but principles are principles. And I just was like, this is so good. The other book, you said first book, because I've been at this for 34 years. I'm 53, started in sales at 19, loving, serving people. Yeah. The other book is Success, the Glenn Bland Method. You ever read that book?
No, I have not.
Another winner. This guy in 1971 said, I'm going to build the largest privately owned insurance company in North America in 10 years. And in 1981, Coaches Insurance became the largest privately owned insurance company in North America. And insurance companies have been around for over 100 years. And in 10 years, he did it. And they go, dude, you should write a book. So he did. It's called Success, the Glenn Bland Method. Mind-blowing book. You can get them on Amazon. Another great book.
Awesome. Success. And what was the first book?
The Magic of Thinking Big by Dr. David Schwartz, and then Success, the Glenn Bland Method. Just smoking 2 of my first books I ever read, both A+ grand slam home
I,
runs.
I love that. I love that. You know, the nuggets that we get from these little recommendations are just absolutely mind blowing. I read Building an Empire recently. Actually,
Yeah.
listened to it on Audible on a 9-hour drive trip, and it was just literally I was pulling over on the side of the road taking notes. I was like driving 60, pull over, take notes, get back on the freeway, and pull back over. I'm like, ah. It was just it was one of those things, but. Hey, Shane's on. He says, good morning, Randy. Hey, Brent, we've got some people coming on shouting out. So if you have any questions for Brent, make sure you ask him here. I'll make sure I get to him. Brent can't see him, but I can. And we'll make sure we get any answers answered or questions answered today. But so, Brent, so like in the last 5 years, and I know you've had a major transition, I think, in the last 5 years. And I've seen you blossom. I've seen you blossom as a speaker and a leader and a published author, and you've already had, like I said, uber success prior to that. But in the last 5 years, what new belief, behavior, or habit do you think's most improved your life?
Wow, last 5 years. I would say that's a great little tricky thing. Um, this has served me my whole life is being learning based,
Mm,
always being a student of life, a student of real estate,
I
a student of, if you're into, whatever your spiritual practice is. For me, I'm a Christian, but reading the Bible, praying, a student of spiritual
yeah
practices, if you want to put it that way,
yeah.
a student of marriage. I've read books on marriage, read books on parenting. Oh, I got it. No, you don't got it. None of us got it. So get better, learn, grow. And that has been probably the number one thing is that I realize literally I'm a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10 of what I could learn. I
Wow.
get it. So, anyways,
Yeah, and I love that. By the way, I always admire the fact that I'm learning based. It's just I've been that way, and in high school I hated history. I was like, that's old. Everything's all already happened. I hate history, and now I'm like a history fanatic. Right? I'm just if there's a history show on about anything, from the ancient ruins to Columbus, I'm all in.
you're
Right?
all in.
It's amazing. In high
Something
school, you
funny.
couldn't shove it down my throat. I
Oh,
hated it.
yeah. Something funny you didn't know about me, Randy?
What?
I was a history major in college.
You're kidding me.
I loved history. That was my favorite class, U.S. history,
I'm learning all
world
kinds of stuff
history.
about you, brother.
Yep.
The thing is, it's like for me, it's an amazing. It's the journey of life, right? And we talk about being learning based, or really for me, getting into coaching was a natural progression because we were team leaders, right? And team leaders, you're always coaching, you're mentoring, you're shoring up your office. You, by the way, ran one of the most successful Keller Williams offices in the franchise, being in Roseville. I believe they hit the number one under your ranks or during that period of time, roughly, right?
Yes. Yeah. 2009-10, we were number one in profitability throughout North America. The number one office, Roseville, California.
That's amazing. I know Austin was number one for years, and then
We took them
you
down.
and you and the crew took them down.
But I want to give Maureen Barker and Don Yoakum and Tony Brody and a lot of other people credit. I came into a great situation, and I did contribute 177 agents my first year. So I did my part.
That's going to be a great segment to my next piece. So you brought in 177 agents in the first year.
Yep.
That's mind blowing. So, we've talked. I'm a network marketer. I think one of the early conversations with you was about my Isogenics team. I don't really get it. I'm not involved in it, frankly, but it's just running on its own nowadays. I have 20,000 people below me in that organization. And it's not because of me. It's just because, the momentum and the time and the stuff that I put in the beginning just keeps going. But for me, what I'd really love to talk to you about is how do you create this momentum in everything you do? Whether it's real estate, I've seen it in your real estate business. We've talked about your open house strategies. It's bananas, Brent. I mean, I've been in the leadership and coaching world now for about 7 years, coaching with a national real estate company for 3 years in September. And when I heard your open house strategy, it freaking blew my mind. You were like, you're on a chair and you're like, everybody, please quiet down. Okay, here's what we have to offer today. It was like you created this energy that people want to be in. So how do you do that? Can you put your finger on it? Can you share with the audience what that looks like?
Yeah. Well, A, I believe God's blessed me, so I'm going to give the Lord the credit first. And then B, I would say being all in.
Mm.
Like even to like my marriage is wonderful. I love my marriage, but my wife and I are in marriage counseling right now. It's, oh, you have a problem? No, we don't have a problem. We don't want to have a problem, but we have a wonderful marriage, but we want it to constantly improve. It's the
Mm,
Japanese term kaizen, always improving. And
yeah.
so we're in marriage counseling because we want more. We're excited. We're not like, oh, this is how it's going to be. And there's times where you can fall into that rut, but there's more. I'm in counseling how I relate to my kids, actual paying a counselor so I could be a better dad and all that. Is, oh, is there problems? No. So that's my thing. I get coaches for real estate. I have coaches for all kinds of stuff because I need lots of help.
Dude, I
So
love
that
that.
would
You
be
gave me goosebumps, and I'm not going to cry on this show, I promise, because I cried on the last show. I'm not going to do it 2 shows in a row. It's going to just, you and I are both criers, I know too, man. We're emotional, right? And
yeah.
when we explain things that we're really passionate about, we share that emotion without trying. And so I love that about you. And it's such a great statement for people to understand that, if you have a successful business, you have a business counselor. You have business advisors, you have all this stuff, but in family and in life, we often don't do it until it's broken.
Yeah.
And so being positive about that, be proactive to that. That's a beautiful, beautiful statement. And I see why you've been married so long and why Kathy is the woman that she is. So next question, again, just to kind of keep this rolling in this theme, but what are bad recommendations or bad advice you hear, maybe in the real estate space, because that's your space, or in business in general? What's maybe a bad piece of advice people get that you think they shouldn't listen to?
A bad piece of advice. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's an
I like
interesting
to mix it
question.
up, Brent, because we get into the, just do this, just do that. But like for me, it's really about the consistency, right? It's not about going 1,000 miles an hour in the beginning necessarily. It's about the consistent, disciplined action. And I think that's sometimes the bad advice people get in the beginning of their real estate businesses is they flash out of the pan in the first 4 or 5 months. And that's really not a sustainable business model, right? How did you build that? Or maybe a better question is, if you were dropped out of an airplane with a parachute in Utah and you've never been to Utah, and you said, I'm going to start doing real estate Tuesday morning, July 16th, how would you do it? How would you restart this empire that you've built?
Okay, and by the way, I just flew in from Dallas yesterday on Tony Robbins, and I did not charge my phone last night, so I
Okay,
am down to like 7% battery power.
we're
So if
going to
this
go
goes,
until you're
whoop,
done. When
it
you
will
go
be
out,
over.
we're done with the
And
interview, brother.
and I'm sitting here thinking I'll plug my charger in, and my
Don't even
charger's
worry about it.
upstairs in my luggage. I can't do that, but it should last. Hopefully, it'll last the whole
We're
time.
gonna we, we're,
If it doesn't, you
we're
know
set
where
to
I
only
am.
go another 8 or so minutes anyway. So let's just go to your battery dies, and then that's how we're gonna end this deal. It's just gonna go black.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, I mean, if I started my business from scratch, the first thing I would do is join a superstar, learn from a superstar, not like somebody good. I mean, the best agent wherever you live in Miami, Portland, San Diego, Bakersfield, Boise, Idaho, find the very best, the one with the best rep, not the biggest numbers, but the best reputation. People love him, they love her. She's amazing. I mean, that kind of where people are raving fans. Join that person, work for dang near nothing. Don't
Wow.
negotiate an 80-20 split or 90-10. Work on a 50-50 split. Hell, work on a 40-60. You get 40, they get 60. Learn. If you could be Grant Cardone's assistant, Tony Robbins' assistant,
Right.
John Maxwell's assistant, and just get their stupid coffee, take notes, be in their circle, you will begin to think different, act different, become a different human being in a good way.
Mm.
That's the first thing I would do. And then I would follow their tutelage. Hey, what do you recommend I do? I mean, if you were my assistant or you're one of my agents, we do open houses, and I think one year we sold 429 homes in a single year, and
Whoa.
318 were strangers we met at open houses. Most people are like,
You're
and why is he
kidding
on a
me.
chair? Why is he up on a chair going, hey, excuse me, everyone,
Yeah.
and doing that? Because there's a lot of people there. Well, nobody comes to my open house. That's because you don't know how to do them and how to get people. They don't come in my town. Well, great. How's that working out for you, that limiting belief? People say the same thing in Sacramento. We pack them out. If you want, we don't have time to go into it here, Randy, but if I could give a shameless plug, I have a website. It's free. There's no charge.
Right.
Brent Gove Resources with an S.com.
Okay.
There's a button that says Real Estate Agent Training. You click on that button. It says my open house program there. You can watch it. I Facebook Live did it a little over a year ago. And it was hundreds of people showed up. Someone Facebook. I have it there. You can watch it. It's the best presentation ever.
BrentGoveResources.com.
Yeah, best presentation I ever did. It shows
Okay,
you
cool.
everything I do. Watch that.
Okay, I put it up on the screen for everybody to look at the website there. So very cool.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate the shameless plugs, man. I mean, guys like you have a radio show as well, in the Sacramento, Roseville area, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 15 years.
16 years?
15 years.
That's amazing.
Four stations now, hour programs every weekend, 42 ads running during the week, phone rings off the hook. I mean, people want to list their home every day.
Unbelievable.
And, I find it kind of inconvenient now.
I'm still stuck on how many open houses or clients you had from open houses in 1 year, over 300.
Yeah. Watch the Mega Open House program. I'm known best for that nationwide. Watch that. It's 90 minutes long. It'll change your life.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, just a couple other questions, and I really, really appreciate you being here. You're literally one of my favorite human beings on the planet. You know that. And
Right.
I'm blessed that you're here sharing your wisdom with us today. Do you have a morning routine, and what does that look like? Whether it's prayer, meditate, exercise, read, time by yourself, a lot of gratitude. What is it for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Get up, exercise, eat right, have an eating plan, exercise, pray. For me, I read my Bible, I pray for my family, I pray for my friends, you being one of those.
Thank
Prayed
you.
for you many times. And am I perfect? No. Am I the Dalai Lama? No. Am I Jesus? No. I'm just a dude like anybody else.
Right.
But I'm fighting the fight. I'm giving it my best shot and going 100. I'm all in. I'm not always all in. We have our moments of human weakness where
Of
you're
course.
I tell you a funny story, Randy. I was in Dallas, and Tony Robbins is big on state. Like, if you go to an open house, and just before you get there, just before you show property, you have a fight with your teenage son or daughter, or your husband, or your wife, or your significant other, and then you get out of your car and you go, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
But your state is all jacked up, and you're wondering why
Totally.
people aren't responding to you at the open house because you're frustrated. Your signs got ran over by a trucker. Someone took your open house signs. A neighbor says, "Get that thing off my lawn." And your state's all jacked up. So I get in this elevator. This is so funny in Dallas, and I get trapped. I've never been trapped in an elevator. It's 2:00 in the morning. I do have slight issue with claustrophobia. So I'm alone in this elevator, trapped at 2 a.m., pounding on the door. And I'm literally, I'm like, my heart, and I kind of forgot to okay, we got this, And so I started praying, oh God. And I've never done this in my life, Randy. I'm hitting the bell, the alarm bell.
You're like,
Get me
save
off.
me.
I've never done it. You ever see the fire alarm
Right.
bell?
Yeah.
I'm like there. I'm hitting the bell. Nothing's happening. Nobody's talking to me. I can smell burnt rubber.
No.
This is how it ends. It's gonna fill with smoke, and I'm gonna die of smoke. I'm a little bit dramatic. I'm gonna die of smoke inhalation, or it's gonna catch on fire, and I'll just burn to death in this aluminum. I'm freaked out. I finally get off the elevator on the 4th floor. I go to my room. I'd shut the door when I left. I came back. It's 2 a.m. It's ajar. I burst through the door, and I'm freaked. And I get to the edge of my bed, and my wife was sleeping when I left. The light's on, and there are 2 people in the bed, a man and a woman. It's not my wife. I'm like, what are you doing? And the woman screams, he screams, I scream, and then I realize I'm in somebody else's room.
No way.
No, seriously. I had gotten off at the 3rd floor. I was so freaked out by the elevator thing, not the 4th floor. I go to my room. It was the right room, but just the floor below, and it was the only room where the door wasn't shut. I mean, who leaves a door open if it's ajar? They thought it was shut. They are in bed. Could you imagine? I'm at the edge of their bed at 2 a.m. going with this wild look because I just got trapped.
And you look like Sasquatch. Or
oh my God. It was so funny. I laughed so hard. I had to tell you
I'm sure they did too, Brent. I'm sure they did too.
Yeah.
Well, listen, as a leader, you've seemed to be able to position yourself in front of trends and what's going on. Where do you see the real estate company going in the next 2 to 5 years? I mean, real estate business, it's crazy stuff going on right now with Realogy and Compass. And again, this show's neutral, but it's in the news, right? We can't avoid it. And we saw Purple Bricks exit recently. Just as a leader, any insight to that?
Well, I think we can all agree there's downward pressure on commissions, right? That's happening.
Right.
If you look at every industry, They're all, Airbnb, Uber, Amazon, everybody's affected one way or the other by the internet.
Yeah.
So I hope you're jumping on that bandwagon. And social media is the rage.
Yeah.
Where it's going, I'm not the best futurist trends guy. Stefan Swampole probably is that. But some people say my company's a fad. Maybe it is. Maybe it'll be gone in 2, 3, 4 years. I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm sure loving it now. I'm having a blast now, and I don't think anybody knows where their company will be.
How many people on your team now, Brent?
Over 5,000. And
wow.
So yeah. And by the way, I do want to take issue with one thing you said at the beginning.
Yes.
I am pro network marketing, great with it. This is not a network marketing company. We're a real estate brokerage that simply shares revenue back to the agents who refer people. For 20 years, I referred people to Keller Williams and Remax, 12 years at Remax, and they didn't share revenue back. Right. Remax shared 3 $10 Starbucks cards in 12 years. And I sent people who, over 100. Many sold 30, 40, 50, 60 homes a year. Had one guy sell 300 in 1 year. Wow. They got paid $300. I didn't even get a $10 Starbucks card. So most real estate companies, Coldwell Banker, Berkshire Hathaway, I'm not putting them down, but they keep the revenue to pay for their expensive office. Right. Because we're cloud-based, we don't.
Right.
Keller does do profit sharing. But, and again, they're all great companies, great people. I'm just saying, we're all about selling homes. This year, I'll sell 28,000 homes. That's a lot of homes that I will sell, my team and I.
Right.
And all I did was refer people. And that's how Coldwell Banker got to 100,000. People went there. I like it. They told their friends. They went there. They liked it. They told their friends.
True.
The difference is Coldwell Banker kept it all. I don't work for Keep It All Real Estate. And there's Coldwell Banker is a great company. Keller Williams, Remax, great companies. They are not selfish. They have to keep it all to pay for their big offices. Right. We have 80 offices in California for EXP, but EXP doesn't pay a single lease. As agents, we get our own office space, and we don't get 40, 50, 60, 70,000 a month spaces. We get beautiful boutique offices that cost $200, $300, $400, $500 a month. We have to pay for that. You're paying for it because you paid your brokerage 20, 30, 40, 50,000. That's
broker has
no 100. We're all paying for it one way or the other. Right. And you're paying way more than. So that's my thing. So we are not a network marketing company. Nothing wrong with network marketing. Love it. We're a real estate company. We're all about selling homes. We simply share revenue back to our agents. It may have that kind of a look.
Yeah.
But
no, and you're obviously a leader. I think you're on the board with them and you understand it at a high level. Me, I'm a network marketing guy and I don't hide behind that. And to me, network marketing is if you want your hair done across town, you're going to network with your people. And with social media, that is network marketing that people don't understand. How many times have you told a person, a great dry cleaner, a great restaurant, a great hairdo?
Yeah.
That is network marketing. So maybe I totally see where you're coming from. Maybe a splitting hair thing, but
but we don't sell products, goods, and services.
That's true. That is
we're
usually
simply agents doing real estate. We're listing homes and working with buyers and 80-20 split, 16. So it's that kind of deal.
Well, you're killing it. So you're doing something right, and I'm glad to have you on the show. Thanks for that. And I always love the banter on the show. Frankly, that's what the best part is.
Yeah.
But my last question: you're probably at what percentage on the phone? We're going to run that baby into the ground.
What percentage?
What percentage on your phone or your battery?
I don't know. I can't see.
Okay, it's just ready.
Keep going. We'll keep going.
All right. So last question.
I know what it was when I started.
Okay, that's all right.
Me a message. You are very low.
You've got an unbelievably distinguished career. What career accomplishment are you most proud of? I mean, you have a huge team. You have all these things to be blessed about. But what career accomplishment would you say you're most proud of?
Probably saving my marriage in 2010. My wife and I really had a hard time that year. I didn't live at home for 8 months. And when you have 6 children, it was the worst year of my life by far. I never cried so much in my life. Today I walk with a limp. I never had empathy for couples who went through divorce or had marriage problems because I went 19 years with no problems. And then we had a big mother effing problem. And so since then we go to marriage retreats, we go to counseling, we read books, we work on it. And now it's awesome. It's amazing.
I love that.
I know my wife's excited about me. I'm excited about her. So I think that's my proudest achievement is saving my marriage and you know,
I don't know if you remember, but I was with you on that deal. I remember you crying on my shoulder, me crying on yours, and that was a tough time for you, and probably why I look up to you as a human being more than I ever did.
Yeah, it was
that's
the grace
amazing,
of God,
Brent.
man. We were at the 1 yard line, man. It was a miracle. So that's it.
Wow, it is a miracle. And again, I'm blessed to have you on the show today. You really are an inspiration in my life and a perfect fit for Tuesday Titans.
Love
So
you, man. Thanks for having
any
me on. It's
closing
an
words before
honor
you
and a
run?
pleasure.
Oh, pleasure's all ours. Any closing words before we wrap up?
No, I just thank you for putting this on for everyone across America. I know you bring people every week, and thank you for taking the time to do this out of your schedule. I watch the stuff from other people all the time, so it's an honor to be here. And love you, man. You're the Bird man, Randy.
Love
Bird.
you too, baby.
Hey,
Big Gove, man.
From another
Love
mother,
you.
man.
Thank you for being here, man. I know you got a tight schedule, so I'm going to let you get on with it. But thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Tuesday Titans Live with Brent Gove. We'll see y'all next time. Thank you very much for being here. Later, my brother. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.